systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What's up, boys and girls? We got us a Thursday main slate of some baseball to talk about. We got 6 games over there on the 2 sites that we enjoy playing on daily fantasy sports. I got my man Matt here with me on this Thursday. We're a couple weeks out here, 4th of July. I know everybody likes to get out there, get some barbecuing on. Matt and I were just talking about, being out at the campground, playing some bags, drinking some beer, hanging out, the fire. I think tonight I'm going to set up my big screen out there and watch some U.S. soccer tonight, as long as the Rangers don't get mad at me for being too late. But either way, we don't give a shit about the Ranger. We're going to have some fun, win some cash. I did all right last night, Matt. Had some Phillies and had the right Brewers on my team. Too bad Scooball didn't do all that great, but he was like 60% owned in the $100 single entry thing I was in last night on FanDuel. But, yeah. Got 6 games here today. Got some decent pitching, it looks like. So excited to break it down with you. But what's going on, my friend? How's the week been?
Week's been good, man. Probably not as good as you. You're living the dream over there, but we're getting there. Excited to talk this slate out with you. Feel like we haven't had a slate like this in a while where all the games start by, 7:45 Eastern. So don't really have a late night, which I'm all about. So excited for that. Only 6 games. I like these Thursday slates. Kind of get a little more granular with it because less games. So, yeah, I'm sure tomorrow we'll have a whole different set of games. Haven't even looked at the schedule yet. Coors, Sacramento / Vegas. Who knows? We don't have any of that tonight. So I'm looking forward to talking this one out with you.
Yeah, 6 games. Yeah, like you said, the schedule usually flips on Friday for the weekend games, but yeah, we're hot, getting a hot time of the year. We had a couple rainouts here the last few days. I just wish my Tigers get their head out of their ass here. I still can't believe as bad as they are. And speaking of can't believe, off topic of baseball, Terry and Arnold, I'll just say it out loud. You are the biggest donkey since freaking Aaron Hernandez. You are a donkey, bro. Like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like, golly. Damn it.
What a crazy story.
If you wasn't a lion, I'd still say, like, you are dumb, dude. Like, get the world by the balls and you go out and do something like 4 counts of felony kidnapping and freaking armed robbery. Like, I got nothing to say, Matt. I really don't. Like, that's just terrible. And I will say I'm sad all week, Matt, man. My man Dusty May leaving Michigan. That kind of kicked me in the nuts a little bit. I won't lie. I was sad about that. But, hey, he was one of my favorite coaches. He sat in front of that Michigan State student section, all confident before the game. Like, I was like, man, I like this guy, giving him a little shit back. But, yeah, so crazy week out here in Michigan sports. That is for sure. But, like I said.
Not going to lie, as an Ohio State fan, I'm not that upset that Dusty May is gone. And I feel like you – totally in the right to be upset about it because he's awesome and you just won a title. But I feel like it's hard to get that mad about it whenever a guy goes from college to the pros, just because it's hard to turn down the pros. More money, less opportunities, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean?
You know what I think, though, it kind of bugs me, Matt, is there's rumors around here that he was just fed up with the NIL system already, because you literally got to re-recruit your players every year. When the season's over, they're in your office like, how much money are you going to pay me next year to stay? So he said he couldn't stand that. Now, that could be an easy out clause to say, like, maybe he done something wrong. Something might be coming down the pipe. Who damn knows what's happening over there? Like, it's crazy town over there. But, it just seemed like he didn't get along with the AD and all that. I get it. He takes the jump. He gets to coach Cooper Flagg. So it ain't like he's going to coach, I can't even be mad at that. It's not like he went to freaking.
He's not going to Rutgers.
That shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going like to Rutgers. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to the Mavs. I'm with you. It's always tough though. Like, the thing that for me, like, what would kill me most about it if I were a Michigan fan and my cousin, who I'm really close with, went to Michigan, is a huge Michigan fan, it's just the timing of it. Like, seems like it's going to be tough to get a solid replacement like this year, and who knows what the domino effects of that are. But he got you guys a title, so that's all that really matters.
That's true. That is true. But, the thing is they got deep pockets. They'll find a coach. Some coach is going to be drooling to get that job.
True.
That's for sure. So we'll see how that plays out. But like I said, we got 6 games here tonight on the pitching side. I mean, it does look interesting. We got 2 dudes up at the top here today that are outstanding. Now, I will say, just coming out the gate, I like Sanchez more on FanDuel. I like Schlittler more on DK. I mean, but they're 1A, they're 1B. I mean, they're hard to argue either one. I would give just a slight upside for the simple fact I'm getting $1,000 cheaper a salary on Schlittler, and I do prefer the matchup against the Red Sox than I do for the strikeouts against the Nationals. So I think that for me is definitely play. So I think both of them two are guys that I'm going to be looking at, but I really think the most popular guy today, possibly on DK, is going to be Gausman. I mean, sitting there at 8,500, he gets a matchup against Texas. I think he's going to be pretty popular. So I think he's going to be pretty popular on both sites, actually, in my opinion. And then you got Connor Early, who's up there at 8K, gets a Yankees team. I'm not really sure I want to fool with that. The dude just doesn't seem to have the control we want at this point. But yeah, I mean, I think Gausman's going to be the guy a lot of people are going to go to. I think the Optos are going to like Gausman. So I think he's a play. I do like him over on FanDuel. But, I mean, Schlittler and Sanchez have been pretty damn good here in recent times. I mean, Schlittler's last time out, he had 40 DK points. So, what was that, 13 strikeouts? I mean, that definitely could be his, one time a year ceiling type game, which more than likely is. So, but, yeah, I mean, Schlittler for me is definitely a guy that I think I can rely on a little bit more than Sanchez. Sanchez is really good against lefties, and we know he's going to neutralize the best bats that Washington have is from the left side. So that definitely helps there. But I just don't like the rest of the strikeouts we got over there. But what are you thinking here with those guys there? We got just 4 dudes over today. But, I mean, hey, these 2 dudes at the top are both been pretty good so far this year.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of arms, so the quantity isn't huge, but there's quality up top for sure, as you mentioned. So I see it pretty similarly. Schlittler and Sanchez, 2 like elite DFS arms for sure. Sanchez, outside of Mizorowski, probably the second best pitcher in baseball this season. He's expensive, but we'd much rather pick on the Nationals with a left-hander. Interestingly enough, really good hitting weather in both spots for Sanchez and Schlittler. That's why I'm kind of with you. Gausman's my number 1. The price is just too good. The matchup's good. Not that, it would be shocking if Texas got to him here. He got destroyed his last start. But I like Gausman. He's a pro's pro. I like him to bounce back here at home. Soft matchup against Texas. And then it's tough deciding between Sanchez and Schlittler. I like both of them a lot. If I had salary to play both of them, I don't have to play Gausman, but just going to be tough to spend $22K total on starting pitching here, I think. It's those 3 guys. I think Early is pretty solidly in 4th. He's coming off his best start of the year, and I like his stuff. He's got good arm talent. Just don't like him more than the other 3 guys. If I liked an expensive stack and needed a cheaper pitcher, I would have no problem playing him. I just don't think that that's how it's going to play out tonight. So I'll rank them Gausman. I'm with you. Schlittler just because of the price tag, then Sanchez, then Early.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on Schlittler so much. It seems like I've been playing him most of his starts. Sanchez too. It seems like I've been there. But yeah, I do like the discount you get on Gausman, especially over there on FanDuel. I think that comes in big. And then when we start dropping down a little bit, it kind of gets scary. I mean, we got Fastball Freddy sitting there at home against the Cubs. For one, he's on the Mets. I already don't like his win chance. So, that's 1. And 2, he was god-awful his last time out. He gave up 10 damn earned runs. They left that boy out to dry. 10 earned runs, you don't see that shit that often. 2 innings, 2.2 innings. So, I mean, that's definitely alarming. And the 2 starts before, he wasn't really good. So he hasn't been good for almost a month now. So I think that is kind of concerning for me with Peralta, especially he's down 7,500. They're just begging you to play Peralta. I think just the common casual baseball fan be like, oh, Freddie Peralta gets some strikeouts. Yeah, well, he's also like been a freaking kickball pitcher his last few times out. So he's a little worrisome for me. Mackenzie Gore, I think is I just don't like the fact he's going to end up seeing all these righties on the Blue Jays. I mean, his walk percentages are not really that good. He's at a 9% walk percentage to the right side, 14% to the left side. He is getting barreled up about 9% to both sides. He isn't getting too many ground balls. So, I mean, 28% fly ball rate to the right side. I kind of worry a little bit about Gore. I think that's something too. And then we know too, the Blue Jays really don't have too many strikeouts. Now, the interesting one dropping down here for me is Matt Boyd. I think Boyd's interesting here against the Mets. Like, it's the Mets. We've been picking on the Mets for quite some time here. So I think Boyd is a guy I could get on board with here easily, especially at his price at 7,200. A Boyd Gossman combo, I think, wouldn't be bad if you want to pay up and get one of the 2 studs. I think you can do that as well. Boyd's been out since May. I mean, he had a knee injury. His last rehab start, I saw he went 60 pitches. So, I mean, he's looked good coming out the gate. So I think he's in there. And I think the other guy I'd leave in the pool down here as well is my boy here from the Tigers, Melton. I mean, Melton's look really good. He doesn't have the K rate you want. He just isn't giving up any runs. I mean, he's just a good pitcher. He's got a great ground ball rate. He's going to get you some outs at his price. Gets a Houston team. He is a slight favorite here tonight. I think he's in a decent spot. His K props isn't bad, sitting at 4.5. I think I could live with that. So, I don't like what we're looking at as far as, upside from Melton, but I think he's definitely somebody I'd still kind of leave in my pool. After that, I think Amaya and Cavelli, I mean, maybe you could go down that far if you really wanted to. I'm not really too interested in Cavelli. I mean, it's kind of hard to play him against a really good Philly team. I mean, Amaya, I think, is interesting. I mean, he had a pretty big game his last time out. His last 2 out of 3 starts, 11 Ks. He did have 1, and then he had 8 Ks. So, I mean, the strikeouts are there. I could see myself wanting to maybe pick on some of the Tigers here tonight. So I think we got a lot of options down below, which is, I think, going to entice people not to play some of these guys at the top. And just the more I talk about it, Matt, I think I like the guys more at the top now as I think about it, talking down the list, because there are some guys I think you can play that are relevant here today, especially on a short 6-game slate that we have. So kind of looking at the way I think roster construction will work out. If it's easy to jam in, one of these top 2 guys, and maybe I, kind of back off that thought as much. But if it's kind of, you're stretching a little bit and you want it, Gossman's your answer, I think moving up to a guy like Schlittler or a guy like Sanchez and making some uncomfortable bat decision might get you there, because one of those guys at the top definitely have the skill set to get us one of those, oh shit, we need that pitcher type game here. So it's an interesting pitching slate, really. I mean, as you walk down and look at it, I don't want nothing to do with Gallen. I'm not interested in really McGreevy, but I mean, them guys down at the bottom, I think, are in play. What do you think?
Yeah, so for me, it's just one guy. It's definitely Imai. Like, he projects better than every pitcher on this slate, basically, but the top guys. Like, right there with Peralta. Peralta's a little bit better, but I don't trust Peralta at all right now. I don't really want to pick on the Cubs. And my 26.5% strikeout rate, his ERA looks awful, but his expected ERA is like a 1.5 lower. It's risky for sure, but I just think he's better than that price tag. And it's more that just like, I think he's a better DFS pitcher than every pitcher on this slate outside of Gore and up probably, but I don't like the spot for Gore. Peralta this year is just a rough go. Peralta's just had a rough go of it this year. Maybe it's the Mets thing. I know you hate the Mets, so Peralta might be in the same boat as you, just hating the Mets, wanting to get anywhere away from the Mets as he can, and I'm sure he's on the block.
I can imagine being on that team.
Oh gosh. Yeah. What a disaster. And they got names too. They're paying guys. Just a disaster. They had
the whole thing. And you're in New York. You got to deal with that damn New York media. Like, listen to that fucking Mad Dog guy. Yeah, all the time bitching about it. I'd be like, dude, I'm gonna have to have me a freaking. I mean, it would just go down. But yeah,
I was gonna say I forgot all about Luis Robert being there, who seems like the perfect fit for the Mets. I wonder when he's gonna be back.
Yeah, I need that dude to do something in his damn career so I can get rid of this damn baseball card I got up here. His is pretty valuable. But either way, I mean, Amai too, you look at it, man. Outman, I was looking at if Outman's in there. That dude sucks, man. He's like 46% K rate, so that's a good couple 2-3 Ks. You got Torkelson, who's 33%, Carpenter's 32%. So, I mean, some of these Riley Green, we know he was a walking sombrero last year too. So, he's at 26%. There's definitely some Ks to be had in that Tiger lineup. So I think Amai for me is one of my favorite. Now, if we break them all down here and I had to say like in my order that I think I would probably, like I said, I think I would want to play one of the top two because I don't think they're going to be as popular as they should be. So I think I might want to be overboard on either Sanchez or Schlittler. I do like Schlittler more on DK, but I like Sanchez more on FanDuel. And then I think I'd have to roll out with Gossman and then my other guys that I'd look at. And then, like I said, Boyd, Melton, I think are in play if you want to stretch out your pitching pool. But, I mean, I think Amai and Gossman, you can pretty much get whatever bat you want if you go there. I'm going to guess that'd probably be the more popular pairing today. I think it's going to be pretty popular. But that's what I kind of think paying up is a good thing. But a lot of options in pitching today.
You think Amai Gausman is going to be the popular combo?
I think it could be very popular, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be the cash game, but – you get some tournament types and people are going to want to, they want to get some bats. It just seems like in tournaments, people aren't paying up for pitching in recent times as they were in the past. That maybe that's just my own thing. Cause I do go back generally and look back at contests and see what's winning, what was in the top 10 every day and go back and take a peek. And I mean, there hasn't been really the top end pitching generally, it seems. I mean, this year more, it's just been like middle of the road, like 7K, 8K guys, 9K guys, especially on FanDuel. But yeah, interesting. What do you think the top pairing is?
I don't know because I think Gausman definitely, just because that price tag stands out. I know people really like to play Sanchez. That's why I'm a little bit surprised that you don't think it's going to be him. Amai is so cheap. I'm not sure. I don't know how much salary you need, if that's going to be like too much salary. So I'm almost think that people who play Amai might go to Sanchez to pair with him. And you might get like lower ownership on Gausman if you play him with Amai. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I kind of like to fool with, how the roster construction goes. Like, I always think like, what's the first 3 clicks everybody's going to make? Boom, boom, boom. What's left? What am I working with? How can I beat you with what's working? What I'm left with. But yeah, so I think that's definitely interesting. But yeah, so your top pitcher, you got a Gausman, and then who you got after Gausman?
I'll say it's Gausman. For me, it's the 4 guys, some combination of Gausman and then Sanchez, Schlittler, Amai. Like, obviously, I like all those other guys more than Amai, but Amai is so cheap. So if I need a cheaper guy, it's Amai for me, I think is the best way to put it. The top 3 guys, and then if I need a cheaper guy, Amai.
Yeah, I like that. I think that works out good. But it is interesting today, as you mentioned, I didn't even notice. The slate literally goes off within an hour and 5 minutes each other.
Yeah.
And maybe the good thing is at 7:45, we'll get these games over with so I can pay attention and watch some soccer here tonight and not pay attention. I've been having fun watching some World Cup. I got a funny feeling about this World Cup. I think we're going to get maybe the Final Four. Maybe I think that would be pretty damn cool. I mean, I think this country's ready for something like that. We need something that gets us all together, get us all cheering, have some fun here in this next few weeks. So I think the Team US, I think they got a really good shot, especially seeing the couple teams. They get by Mo Salah in Egypt there in round 16 round. I think we get to the round of 8, and who knows what could happen. So good times there. But we got these games starting at 6:40. So we got the Houston Astros and the Tigers coming right out the gate. 6:40. We got a little wind blowing out to left field. I see 79 degrees. It should be a nice day out here in Detroit. It has been nice. They were saying there could be some weather issues earlier today. It looks like it kind of split around us, but yeah, pretty good hitting weather here. We got a bunch of lefties going to be facing Amai, which is the stronger side for the Tigers here. I mean, Dingler's been hitting the ball really well. He's about the only righty. I think you might see Torkelson. Yeah, Torkelson's in there. But, yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to leave the Tigers alone, but I will say I think they are a pretty good leverage kind of spot. They can put up some runs. They can hit some homers. It is a good conditions today to hit the ball. So I think if Amaya is going to get 20-some% maybe ownership, I don't mind to see, some of these lefties here for the Tigers. So I think it's a decent leverage spot if you want it that can get you there. So yeah, I think that would be in play. As far as the Houston bets against Melton, we know we don't really have too many strikeouts. Yordan Alvarez is always in play. I mean, dude's the best hitter in baseball. I just don't really like the full stack against Melton. But, I mean, I'd have the Tigers down my list. I'm not going after any of these Tigers to where, I'm going to be playing them on 2 or 3 teams. But I could see somebody talking me into using them for some leverage.
Yeah, I more or less agree with you here. Like smaller slate, so everything's going to be in play to a degree. I think I might like Houston a little bit more than you, but just like I think they have upside here. It's not really that I will really want to go out of my way to pick on Melton because I think he's fine. Just that smaller slate, so less opportunity cost. Houston, we know, has a good offense. They're coming off a tough series in Toronto where they actually hit pretty well. So I think Houston's fine, and I also think Detroit's fine because they're going to be lower owned, and especially if MI picks up ownership because I like him because he's so cheap and he has strikeout upside, but he's not like a top of the line, like top of the rotation MLB arm by any means. He's like a mid to back end rotation guy that just has strikeout upside. So, yeah, I got no issues with Detroit. I mean, lower owned teams on slates like this, ownership's going to be concentrated. You could definitely talk me into either side here, for a little bit different reasons, but I think the ownership on Detroit is probably going to be low enough where they look good.
Yeah, I mean, they got some bats that can get the I don't like the bottom 3 in that lineup, McKinstry, Outman, and Lee. I'm not all that big on, but yeah, I think they're definitely in play. Now, the next game we have here, I do like. I mean, we got some Phillies. I think Phillies bats here against Cade Cavalli is interesting. I know Cavalli is a mid-ground ball lean type pitcher. He does give up almost 26% fly ball rate, 7%, 6-7% higher than he does to the right side. So he's also been getting barreled up a little bit by some righties so far this year. His WOBA against lefties is 355. I mean, we know Kyle Schwarber. I mean, this dude is just seeing the ball so well so far this year. I mean, he's hitting a fucking beach ball. I mean, this dude's unbelievable. I really think he could get over 60 homers if he could get on a good stretch here coming up here in the next 6 weeks or so. He could have a couple big games. I think he could be in play, but we're going to start getting into where people are going to start walking his ass. But I mean, with Harper behind him, I mean, it does help a little bit. Harper's been pretty good recent times. His WOBA against righties is 434, and you got Marsh sitting behind him at a 389. The bottom part of that lineup is just kind of got weaker when you got this Ricones guy, Justin Crawford, I just don't like the bottom part of the lineup. I think the top half is definitely in play for me against Cavalli. I do like that. As far as the Washington bats, no thanks, man. I'm not picking against Sanchez. I mean, there's just no reason to even go there. No, not even. I don't like it. I know you could say, with 6 games, every team would be in play, but if I'm gonna cross off one, it's gonna be the Nats tonight.
Yeah, I'm not stacking the Nats here. Like if I were playing 150, I wouldn't like X them out of my pool on SaberSim, but I wouldn't. As someone who hand builds, I'm not going to be playing Nats. So that's the best way I can put it. I'm with you. Why pick on Sanchez? One of the best pitchers in baseball, and just not interested. Philly, though, yeah. Cavalli is just a run-of-the-mill type of guy, in my opinion. Philly looks good here, and they're expensive, so that might cut into their ownership. It does seem like the type of slate where ownership is pretty flat all over. I'm not even sure who the highest owned team's going to be. Like, there are good spots all over the board. So I'm not even sure ownership matters tonight as far as like going into this slate building. It probably won't land like that. Some team will be chalky. I'm just not sure who it is right now. So Philly, I think they probably have the highest ceiling of any team on the board. They're expensive, but I don't think they'll be owned as such. So I'm definitely interested. If I were making one lineup right now, I think Philly would be wildly in contention.
Yeah, I mean, playing Schwarber and guys like even Harper so far. I mean, Schwarber's just been so good. Yeah, it is fun to play some Phillies. I agree. I mean, then you get that ninth inning at bat too. It's 87 degrees there, wind blowing out, so definitely some decent hitting weather. So I like that. But I mean, I think as we get through these offenses, we're going to see there's some decent offenses we could have. Now this next one here, Texas and Toronto, looks like there may be a little bit of chance of some rain from what I'm seeing here. I don't think it's too overwhelming where we need to worry about it all that much. You got Mackenzie Gore against the Blue Jays. I mean, he's been walking quite a few lefties, but he ain't going to see what he might see Lucas. That's it. I mean, he has been walking 9% of righties. His ground ball rate's a little low. His fly ball rate's a little higher to the right side. I think some people may end up playing Mackenzie Gore. I don't mind the Toronto bats here, just to pick on Gore. I think you could do that. I don't really want to pick on Gossman at all, but just knowing that he's probably going to be high owned. If you wanted to go against, I don't mind if you're fading them. If you wanted to look at one of these lefties that's got some power with the Rangers, like a Jock Peterson, maybe a Corey Seager. If you want to go there, Nimmo, I think could be interesting. Maybe as like a one-off type play if you wanted to do that. But yeah, I mean, I think the Blue Jays are interesting just to pick on Mackenzie Gore a little bit. I do think he's going to get some ownership, but yeah, I mean, I don't love the Blue Jays, but I have them. I'd keep them in my pool.
Yeah, I'm with you. This game for me though, like if I'm playing one lineup, I don't think I get to anything offensively. Gore, is hit or miss. So that's what makes him like an intriguing option at 7,300. Because if he has his best stuff here, he's too cheap, but he oftentimes doesn't. And Toronto, we know, is a good offense that'll make a pitcher work. So yeah, I don't know. For me, like 2 bottom tier stacks tonight. Texas's role on this slate is just leverage off of Gaussman. And I'll just say that if Gaussman ends up being like 40, 50%, and he might be because of his price tag on a slate with other good options, just means Texas is more in play. So just something to keep an eye on, projections, seeing where Gaussman's ownership lies before the slate starts. Yeah, I'm sure the roof will be closed here, so don't have to worry about that weather, and mostly pitching for me in this game, I think.
Yeah, I didn't know if they'd have that roof open there or not. Yeah, you're right on that one, donkey. But either way, the next game I think is interesting. We got Mets and Cubbies. I think something might be wrong with Peralta. Maybe old man age is catching up to his ass. But I think, fastball Freddy, as I like to call him, guy likes to rear back and just fire fastballs. He's got a Cubbies team. PCA has been hitting out of the world. I mean, the dude's been smashing the shit out of the baseball here recent times. Freddie's ISO is not good against lefties. His WOBA is not good. Ground ball rate's a little bit lower. His ground ball rate is decent to the right side, not so much. It's kind of borderline the left side. 25% fly ball rate to the left side. He's been getting hit hard. I think we can pick on Freddie here. Freddie got smashed last time out, gave up 10 runs. PCA, Bush. I like Bush. Hap. I think they're all in play for me. I think the Cubbies, I would probably put. I don't have them as my favorite stack, but I probably have them in like maybe third or fourth. I probably got them in the same bucket I got Philly, actually.
Okay, I could see that. I don't know what to make of Peralta. Like, you feel like he should be way better than he is. And coming into this season, he was a freaking really good arm. Like, top tier, top of the rotation type arm. Not an elite ace, but like a number one for sure. And now he just hasn't been good this year. So the Cubs, all of a sudden, red hot. Scored 10 runs in each of the games yesterday. Dansby Swanson at the bottom of that lineup. He's got 15 RBIs in this series so far, which is insane. PCA, as you mentioned, hottest hitter in baseball. Yeah, I like the Cubs here. I would have no arguments if you told me you like them as your favorite stack, which it sounds like you might. I don't know if I like them over Philly, but I think they're in the same tier for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the last game we're going to talk about is actually two of my favorite two teams.
Same.
So, well, that's why I was going to reserve. I think I like those two teams. I mean, picking against Zach Gallen obviously is fun. So I'm not going to probably give up that opportunity. But we'll get to that game here next, as that one is the late one at 7:45. So like we said, we get a little early finish here tonight. But we'll move on with this Boston and Yankee game. We got Schlittler on the mound. I don't really have any interest in any of the Red Sox. I don't really want to go there. And then we got the lefty early on the bump for Boston. I'd much rather play the Yankees against the righty. Early strikeout percentage 25% to the left side, almost 22%. He does get in trouble walking some righties. He's almost at 10%. He's been getting barreled up at about an 11% rate here. I feel like I was in this situation, last week when the Yankees were in somewhat of a reasonable spot against a pitcher maybe they could get to. And we were like, we don't really want the Yankees as much as high because, they're against the righty. We prefer them, against the lefty. We prefer them against the righty. And then I think, if I remember right, the Yankees went out and nuked the Slate for like 12 runs, if I remember right. So, I mean, as we see here, he even knows Amari easy, Don's easy. I can't say that all that well. Sorry about that. Goldie is a lefty masher. That is for sure. So definitely for me, some of these Yankees are in play. I mean, you got Dominguez going to get bumped up there. Or Rosario, I'd guess, is going to be a pinch hit risk. But, Goldie be up in that leadoff spot. I think he'd be a guy, too, that I could play as a one-off that might be a little bit different. But I think the Yankees would be in play. I just don't have them up in my top five, but I'd leave them in my pool if I was going deep.
Yeah, I feel you on the Yankees. They're tough to ever be like, nah, I'm not playing them, because even without Judge, they've been really good hitting weather in this ballpark. We know games between these teams can get weird, especially in this park. So the Yankees are right up there, man. Like, I also like the Cardinals and D-backs a lot, because McGreevy is one of my favorite pitchers to pick on, and we know about Gallen, so we'll get there. But, yeah, I think the upside here is really high. Better hitting weather here than in St. Louis, so that's something to note at least. Goldie just continues to crush lefties. Obviously took Schoolyard twice yesterday. So, yeah, I like the Yankees. I think they're right on that, Philly and Cubs tier. How you rank them, I think, is just a personal preference thing. And then Boston, I don't like them, but I think I would use Boston over Washington against Sanchez if I had to choose between the two. It's probably the best I can say about them.
Yeah, I agree with you on that point, but I wouldn't play either. But I mean, it may be for somebody, just not for me. But I think the next game here is definitely interesting. I mean, we got Arizona, St. Louis, the highest total, got a 9 total. We got Zach Gallen back on the hill. I can't believe they're going to give this dude another shot, especially after his debacle was it last time out against the Twins. We were liking the Twins against Gallen. I know they had a pretty big day against him. His K rate has just been awful. He's at 11% against the lefties, 18% against the righties. Woba's high to both sides, almost 400 to the left side, 352 to the right side. Mid-ground ball lean, fly ball, not a high fly ball rate, but he has been getting barreled up too, both sides, almost 10%, 9% to both sides. Weatherholt has been good. Burleson is really good against righties. Newt Barr, I think, is in play. Walker's always in play. I think the Cards for me truly are my favorite stack. That bullpen behind Arizona sucks. I like all the lefties of the Cards. I like Walker. So I think they'd be number 1 for me tonight. And then on the number 2 side, I'm going to go the other side of this game against McGreevy because he has not been good either so far this year. He has struggled mightily against some of these lefties. So I think for me, McGreevy is somebody that I wouldn't mind picking. He's at 13% K rate against lefties. I'm getting barreled up at a 10% rate. Fly ball rate a little higher to the left side, to the right side. So I think I wouldn't mind picking on McGreevy with like Corbin Carroll, Marte, I think would be in play for me. Those 2 guys, Padermo up at the top of that lineup. I think I could get into using those 2. But, man, I think the Cardinals really stand out. I mean, it's not the Cardinals that haven't been a team that I've been on, high. It's more or less I want to pick on some Zach Gallen and that bullpen and that pitching staff out there in Arizona. So I think that's interesting. So give me some of these Cardinals bats. I think they'd be my favorite stack. Then I think I'd want to jam in. I think I would just probably, if I got 3 teams tonight on FanDuel, which I probably am, I'm probably going to have 3 Cardinal stacks. I think I'm going to have, mix in a couple other 3 teams, and then maybe mix in, maybe like a Gossman in one, probably have a Schlittler in one, or a Sanchez. I like Sanchez a little more on FanDuel, so I probably have Sanchez. But I can see the Cardinals being in all 3 of my teams here tonight. I think, picking on Gallen has been kind of fun so far. 12 hits last time out, 9 earned runs. He walked a couple dudes. They let him out there for 80 pitches. He's going to get his 80 pitches no matter how bad he does, Matt. So I'm all for it. Let's pick on some Zach Gallen tonight.
Yeah, I like the Cardinals a lot. I think they're my second favorite stack, but man, as Nades knows, I just can't quit this Arizona team. I like them more against lefties, and they were good last night against Liberatore. But the thing I like most is just picking on these St. Louis starters who started the year really good from like an actual standpoint, but all their numbers scream negative regression. And we've seen it from Liberatore and Leahy, and we're starting to see it from McGreevy. You get an Arizona lineup that likely has Max Kepler in it tonight, back off his suspension. He's super cheap. We know he's got upside. So I like Arizona a lot here, but I'm with you. I also like St. Louis. I think ownership is probably comparable between the 2 teams, and I think game stack in this game is certainly in play. All the guys you mentioned from the Cardinals. I wish Crooks were in this lineup because he's good and cheap, but it is what it is. You got Church hitting 7th, and I just can't wait for this Arizona lineup to come out because Groover went yard last night, finally, one of their top hitting prospects, but he usually doesn't start against righties because Pavin Smith is there. Interested to see if they tweak their lineup tonight, the D-backs, that is, and we'll go from there. But anytime I see a Zach Gallen, Michael McGreevy matchup, I'm interested in both sides. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I see, guys in the chat. Are we worried about the weather? Sure. I mean, we always are paying attention to weather. It is the later game, but I think we'll have a pretty good idea, in the middll of these. It might be a little bit after 6:45, but I think we'll have a pretty good idea if it's at least going to start on time. So, if they I always say you get on an MLB app, you can see where it'll say warm up like 10, 15 minutes before the game starts. At least give you an idea the teams are out in the field. So I usually like to do that. Yeah, a little bit of weather concern, but you know what? That might take some people off these games as far as ownership goes too. So
It
I think
definitely
that
will.
could help us out.
It definitely will. And honestly, right now, like I'm not a weatherman. I don't pretend to be one. That's why it's tough to answer questions like that so far away from the slate starts. I think as of right now, like you can make a case to just fade the game because there's other good spots and weather could be an issue here. But I also think to your point, like you don't have to fade it. And I think people might get off it. So for that alone, like maybe I'm a little bit more interested because of that. So yeah, fun slate in that regard. Waiting for an update from Roth, that was just mentioned in the chat. So we'll see what happens. Still 3 hours till that game. So I don't know. As of right now, I could see it playing out both ways. And usually, like on big slates, and this is just a personal preference, risk tolerance type thing. When there's like a really bad weather spot and a lot of other good games to go to, I'll normally just fade the weather spot, playing 3, 4, 5 lineups. I don't think tonight's that's that night. Like I'll only fade this game if I'm really, really confident it's not going to play because I like it that much and there aren't that many other options. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean Ross got it oranges, Kid Lightning says here, but I mean he'll update it there. But the thing is, like I was looking to at a couple other spots. I was saying it was like low 40% chance throughout the night. So I got a feeling like if it looks good, it's gonna start. I'd have a pretty good vibe. It'll probably get through. But if it looks like it may be in a delay, then yeah, that might hinder me.
It's probably the only time Arizona goes to St. Louis this year, also, and it's the last game of the series. So they're probably inclined to get this game in. To your point,
yeah, I think that does matter. I mean, if it's the division games, they'll be back. They'll be like, screw it. We can wait next month when we come through, or whatever else. So. Yeah, them West Coast teams, any of these East Coast coming back and forth, they don't want to fool with that. We've kind of seen it later in the year, like, we got to make up a game, and the team's got to travel across country because they're in the playoff race, and then they got to travel again. They're like, none of them want to do that shit, so they'll try to jam it in and get it over with. So I think that's interesting, but yeah, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that one, obviously, as the night goes through. But definitely something. I mean, you could leave a team and maybe you could pivot off of it if you get, after the slate starts, and maybe you could go and ride out a Yankee stack or a Cubby stack here tonight if you want to wait an extra, half hour, 25 minutes to see, what comes of it. So I don't mind that. I mean, like we kind of wish we'd have a little bit later. If it was in Arizona, it would be 9:00 start. Might be a little bit different, but. We'll have to see how it goes. If it is going, I think both teams for me are definitely in play. I'd have Cardinals 1, D-backs 2. Then I think I'd probably be looking at, the combination of like Cubs, Philly, that in that range. I think they'd be in play. But yeah, for me, if this Arizona St. Louis game goes, those two are my favorites. How you got them ranked?
I got them ranked like you do. So presuming that game plays, I got Arizona 1, St. Louis 2. After that, it's kind of a mess for me. Like I don't know. Like the weather in this game is tripping me out because it's going to have to completely change the way I build the slate out if that game is a mess. So I'm hoping that game plays because I obviously like it a lot with you. After that, I think it's Philly, Houston, Cubs, Yankees. All 4 of those look pretty damn similar.
Yeah, I agree. I think they all got upside. That is for sure. But so let's just throw out. We'll throw out a home run call. I know we're on at 44 minutes. Usually we're like an hour. We only got 6 games. We'll throw out a home run call. We'll give a last final thought, and then we'll dive into the slate and finish building our lineups and draft us up some winners. But who you got for a home run call, and what do you got here for any final thoughts?
I'm going to take a risk and go with that Arizona game, and I'm going to go with the guy I talked about earlier, Max Kepler, going yard in his first game. Was seeing the ball really well in all his rehab stuff now, much lower levels, so take it with a grain of salt. But the spot could not be better for him in his first game of the season.
Any final thoughts of the slate?
Just that Arizona game, like the weather looms. So that stinks. We haven't had a ton of those this year, but just pay attention. And hopefully we get a good update because as of right now, I could see the case for going heavy on it, ownership reasons, and then just fading it because it might not play.
I am going to say as my home run guy here tonight, the guy that I love to hate the most, Bryce Harper. I think Harper hits a home run here tonight. I'd say Schwarber, but y'all tell me that's too easy. Schwarber's got a 41% fly ball rate, so he can definitely get the ball up near off Cavalli. So I think he'd be in play too. But I think Harper is going to get the job done for us here tonight. And for me, as you said, we'll have to keep an eye on the weather. Be in the Discord. If anybody's got anything, our Discord's great for that. So get over in that Discord. Anybody hears anything or got any insight, maybe we can call cousins or uncles or friends or family that's over there in Missouri and give us a what they feel live update. But definitely got us an interesting slate here tonight. Good luck, everybody. Do us a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button for us. We appreciate that. Got all kinds of things going on. As you see up here at the top, we got 5 days for $19. Ship it 19, get you the 5 days. You can try out SaberSim, all the fun stuff we got here at Ship It. We appreciate you joining us. We'll catch you next week. They'll be back tomorrow with the show. I'll catch you next week. Let's ship it. Where the hell is that thing? I do this every damn time.
Love it.
All right, come on.